All right, welcome. If you're a plumber, an electrician, a builder, basically if you're a skilled contractor looking to grow your business, then you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to lay out a practical blueprint for getting more leads, using one of the most powerful and overlooked tools you already have.
Just think about that for a second. Seriously, what if your best, most profitable new jobs aren't hiding on some complicated, expensive ad platform? What if they're already there, waiting for you, in the list of customers you've already worked for? That's exactly what we're going to dig into. We are going to build an email marketing machine, step by step, just like you'd build a house. We'll start with the foundation, put up the frame, and run a final inspection. By the end, you'll have everything you need to turn that email list into a steady stream of new jobs.
So, here's our game plan for building this thing. First, we'll look at the blueprint for leads. Then, we'll pour the foundation by building your list. After that, we'll frame it out with emails that people actually open, install the systems to turn them into leads, and finally, we'll do a full inspection to see how we can make it even better.
You know this better than anyone. Every great project starts with a solid blueprint, right? Well, when it comes to getting leads consistently, email marketing is that blueprint. It's your plan for building a direct and really profitable connection with your customers. Now, let's be really clear about something. This isn't about spamming people. Not at all. It's about opening a direct line to your customers to build real trust. When you share a useful tip or show off your expertise, you become the first person they call when something breaks. You become the go-to expert.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, the foundation. You would never ever build a house on sand, and it's the exact same idea with your email marketing. A strong, quality email list is the concrete slab that this entire system is built on.
And I really can't say this enough. This list, this group of people who've actually raised their hand and said, yes, I want to hear from you, it's the single most valuable asset in this whole process. It's pure gold.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If you're starting from zero, or maybe you just have a handful of emails from past jobs, how in the world do you build a quality list? And let me be clear, you never, ever buy a list. That's a fast track to the spam folder. You know, the funny thing is, the whole process is actually really simple. It's a fair trade. You offer something genuinely useful for free, we call it a lead magnet, and in return, a potential customer trusts you with their email address. That's the deal.
And value doesn't have to be super complicated. It could be a simple one-page PDF, a checklist for getting your house ready for winter, or a quick guide on, how to prepare your HVAC for summer. Even a simple 10% off coupon for a first service works like a charm. The trick is to offer something that solves a small problem or saves them a few bucks.
Okay, so our foundation is poured and it's solid. Now it's time to start putting up the framework. This is the actual structure of your communication, the emails that have to stand out in a super crowded inbox.
I mean, just look at this. It's night and day, isn't it? Our company newsletter? Snooze. That is getting deleted immediately. But is your water heater about to fail? Whoa! That sparks curiosity, it creates a little bit of urgency, taps right into a homeowner's fear, and it gets the click. Getting good at these little things is absolutely crucial. Use their name. Keep your subject line short so it looks good on a phone. And that last one, authenticating your domain, sounds technical, but it's a huge deal. Don't worry about the letters. Just think of it like putting a logo on your work truck. It proves to Gmail and the others that the email is really from you, and it's one of the best ways to stay out of that dreaded junk folder.
So the frame is up. Now it's time to install the important stuff, the plumbing and the electrical of our machine. This is where we automate things to turn someone who's just kind of curious into an actual paying customer.
Check this out. This is a simple but super powerful automated sequence. The second someone signs up, bam, they get their free checklist. A few days later, another email with a helpful tip. A week later, they see a great review from another happy customer. And then you make an offer. See what's happening? You're not just selling, you're building trust, one step at a time.
And if you want to get really effective, you stop sending the same message to everybody. You wouldn't use a wrench to hammer a nail, right? A commercial client has totally different needs than a homeowner. Someone who needs HVAC work doesn't care about plumbing tips. Splitting up or segmenting your list like this makes your emails incredibly relevant, and your results will just skyrocket.
All right, our machine is officially built, but we're not done yet. It's time for the final inspection. No contractor finishes a job without doing a final walkthrough. And in email marketing, that means looking at the numbers to see what's working and what needs a little tweak.
This is one of the most important rules in all of business, period.
You have to track your results. If you don't, you're just flying blind, you're just guessing. The data, the numbers, they tell you the real story of how your machine is performing.
To see how things are running, we've got to look at a few key dials on our dashboard. First up is the open rate. This number tells you one simple thing. Are your subject lines doing their job and getting people to open the door?
Okay, so they've opened the door. The next question is, did they step inside? That's your click-through rate, or CTR. It tells you if the stuff inside your email was interesting enough to make them click a link and take the next step.
Now we're getting to the payoff. The conversion rate shows you how many of those people who clicked actually did the thing you wanted them to do, like fill out your contact form or call you for a quote. This is the cha-ching metric. And finally, maybe the most important number for any business owner, your cost per lead. This tells you exactly how much time and money you're spending to get one new lead. This is how you know for sure if your machine is making you money.
So you see what's happening? Your analytics are your diagnostic tools. If your open rate is low, you know you need to work on your subject lines. If your click-through rate is low, you got to make the email itself more compelling. These numbers literally give you a to-do list for tuning up your machine.
Let's end with this one thought. At the end of the day, email marketing for your business isn't really about technology or fancy tricks. It's about relationships. Every single email you send is a chance to build a little more trust and to prove that you're the expert they should call. Now go out there and start building.